Hello, denizens. You know what? I don't know why I even bother shooting the first take because I always use the second take. Welcome to Science Tech Stand Up. Lots of great reactions to my last video where I suggested that people need to stop saying trust the science. Apart from it being problematic, it really should be trust the scientific process. Even if it takes years and even if we don't quite get it right the first time and the second time is just a bit closer, we'll get there eventually, though that's not quite as catchy. Make no mistake, this commentator is all for electric things. Electric RC cars are way easier to deal with than the nitro-powered engines, which are finicky little glow plug monsters. But with Amazon, FedEx, UPS, and municipalities rushing to electrify their fleet of trucks, while we're a ways away from the gas engine to electric tipping point for passenger cars, we really have to consider what we are fumbling towards and not just the electric Mustang. And my point here is about balance and understanding the options and conveying that to the public at large. Let's examine the yin and the yangs of electrifying all our vehicles. Electric cars are peppy little buggers, but they still have range issues if range is an issue for you. They pollute less if we compare only emissions at the tailpipe, because one doesn't have one. But if you take the USA as our poster child, total greenhouse gas emissions from transportation as a whole is 28%. Yuck! But electricity generation is 27%, also yuck. But that also includes providing for residential and industrial usage. But if more cars go electric, that is just going to go up unless non-polluting sources are brought online, alternative non-polluting sources. Then there is battery manufacturing, which China right now has a stranglehold on. There are political implications for this, as China is emerging as a bad actor on the global stage under the present regime. I'm really, honestly sorry to say that, but it's the reality. China is also the world leader in mining for rare earth elements that electric vehicles need. Canada has them in abundance, but they are horribly disfiguring to the land to mine and are massively polluting, so we avoid it. Instead, we are happy over here in North America to just stick our fingers in our ears and go la 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 la, because China has no issues with tearing up their countryside and displacing people for profit. This is nothing we should be proud of, as North America has let developing countries in Africa and at one point China for decades do the dirty work for us so we could have our stuff. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. If you care about this planet, electric vehicles might be the deal with the devil. Then let's not forget about jobs. Now there are millions of gas cars on the road that won't threaten garages' livelihood for a couple of decades more, but gas engines are pretty easy to fix, whereas electric cars are not something you can work on yourself. And manufacturers will be trying hard to kill off right to repair the way Tesla does already. Again, I'm not fear-mongering. I'm not trying to fear-monger. Many now have one EV in their garage. But what if you need two cars? More? Are you going to up the amperage to your house just to accommodate? Can you afford that? And what about the local grid? Can it accommodate every house in the neighborhood? Look, none of these things are insurmountable. Even the usage of rare metals in batteries. When catalytic converters were first invented, they needed more palladium, a rare earth, than was mined. But technological advancements had reduced it to the point where every car now has them. But it's still a rare earth metal, and people are now chopping up the exhaust system of parked cars to sell them, just like people stealing your copper plumbing.
Honey, they've taken our plumbing again.
Will your car be stolen for its batteries? Absolutely. Will someone steal your 15-year-old Toyota for its engine? Of course not, unless it's the legendary 2JZ. But that's another discussion. I'm sure municipalities are discussing infrastructure changes, but these are huge investments. If electricity generation can't be reduced to 10% of total gas emissions, then what is the value of going electric? Every business follows its vested interest. If all you have is a hammer, then everything looks like a nail. So we just have a bunch of individual businesses going for something. What I'm not hearing is a plan, at least no plan from any government that touches me. Everyone is just letting it sneak up until it will be a panic. All of the aforementioned things need to be discussed, and we need to come to some agreement with regards to this conversation, which, make no mistake, is going to happen. But how? And when? I will close with this one really cool thing I read about on the Hustle newsletter. It's called Poka-yoke. It's a Japanese term that roughly translates to mistake proofing. It was invented at Toyota a long time ago to describe figuring out ways to stop natural human mistakes on the assembly line, like making things that can only be assembled in one way by adding metallic guides or grooves or things. We know Poka-yoke in our everyday lives using things that can be plugged in only one way, like your SD card in your camera. You can't pull the key out of your ignition unless it's in park and your car is turned off. Perhaps you denizens can suggest more Poka-yoke examples in the comments below. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.